Hey Tim, I'm on top of your home now. So the south facing slope is obviously the slope that faces the sun all year long. And as you can see, a lot of the stone and granule loss that you have is majorly on this slope. It's not nearly as bad anywhere else on the roof. Right up here in the very front, you do actually have quite a bit of granule loss on these steel sheets. And as you can see, it's no longer using granules as protection, and still same as most of the roof. These lifting spots are really problematic because as water runs down, it gets into this, and if wind driven, is pushing it through and inside, that can be an issue. But again, I remember you telling me that you haven't had leaking on the interior. So a lot of these spots up here that you can actually see where the granules are gone on this could potentially be hail, as you can see in some of these spots that I am showing. Now, 90% of the time, and I mean that very wholeheartedly, 90% of the time, first thing an adjuster's looking for when they get onto your roof to do a claim for insurance is collateral damage. And that's going to be to any of these soft metals that are up here would have indentations from a previous storm. Now with that, here's your biggest rain cap. And there really isn't any collateral to speak of on this. Neither is there on any of your turtle vents that are here, but we are talking about a steel granulated covered roof. What I did find up here were a couple of boot jacks that definitely need to be addressed. This boot jack is completely worn out, split, cracking. This is definitely letting water into the system, and I would believe that it's been doing that for a while. With that, there was one more down there that had a cracked boot jack on the back side that water could definitely run in. What I want to point out again is, as you can see, all of the shingles where they meet two together is lifting around there, and that's a lot from folks stepping around up here. I always find that the best place to step on these is right on the edge where the batten would be, so that you're hopefully not indentating the roof. Now, what I was speaking about on the lower part was, you could see a couple of these things that could be considered as mechanical damage. So on this one slope, really small slope here, you can see that there are definitely some spots where it looks like it has indentated on these, and there are more than even just a few. But if these were steps from someone stepping on this, it would be widespread across the roof, and this was really the only slope that I could even find these on. But you'll notice right here that a big opening in the trees would have let that the southwest storm that came through to hit this. And again, on the very top up here, this tree definitely in the summer is blocking a lot of that stuff. So the only damage I could see that even would be considered to be hail would be up here. Now, the way that insurance classifies damage is within a 10 by 10 foot square, at least one on every slope. You have to have 6 to 10 hits depending on the insurance company. Then on paper, you gain the eligibility and a full replacement at insurance expense. Now, I've only found 4 on this slope here that can really be identifiable, and some of this granule loss, we get the right adjuster up here, may approve for it. But when you've got stone covered steel like this, their parameters get even harder to get a claim. So again, this slope here and this spot up here was really the only place that I could find hail. And I mean, it's obviously an older roof, but it's alarming how many of these nails are actually coming out. So that would definitely need to be repaired and replaced. So again, Andy Taylor with Red Rock Roofing. I very much appreciate the opportunity to get out here and to bring you up to speed. I'm going to go ahead and sign off.